back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack podcast with myself, Big Mo, and Trent.
Every family party or social event needs something special. Bubba's Bounce House Rentals LLC can do that for you. They provide inflatable bounce houses and water slides on top of great service in the West Michigan Lakeshore area. Call Bounce Master Sam at 616-485-0257 today and mention Attack the Rack to get $25 off your next rental. Also, find Bubba's Bounce House Rentals LLC on Facebook. Bubba's Bounce House Rentals. All we rent is fun.
What a weekend of football it was. We will start with the college game, a couple of games that were of relevance to the Attack the Rack podcast here. Myself, Big Mo, we are big Michigan fans. The number one team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, came to Ann Arbor and walked away with a nice little win over our Wolverines. Big Mo, thoughts on the Michigan-Oregon game?
Thoughts? Oh man. As a Michigan fan, you know, probably a better fight than probably most expected.
I agree there.
I texted the group early on that I was done watching after that no replay call.
Yeah.
Which still befuddles me.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's only in the NFL, but aren't all scoring plays reviewed?
Man, it might just be NFL.
Well, I
But
thought so
it's
because
still,
but the Howard one, Howard fumbled out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That was called the touchdown on the field, which is crazy. But
so, I don't know if we talked it on the podcast before. It was me and you, Kurt, but I said they would have to play kind of perfect like they did against State.
Yeah.
And they just they were far away. Like, take away that touchdown, I'm sure Oregon scores a different way somewhere else. But a couple too many penalties that hurt them. Big fourth down punt where he lined up over the center.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not being prepared. And that doesn't make or break the game, but it plays a huge factor into it.
that was a big stop too, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or
it
at
was
least
huge.
one that kind of mattered quite a bit.
Exactly. Oh no, for sure. And I still just don't know sometimes what we're trying to accomplish offensively. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, take away everything else. Like your fourth down, you're down by 14. Got a chance to cut it to a one score, and you're fourth and goal. You're running a trick play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where Chris Warren has been solid enough to probably at least give him a chance to throw it. Let your quarterback at least make a play.
Yeah.
I think on that drive as well, Orgy had a huge misread. Probably would have had a touchdown had he followed his blockers on like a little quarterback keeper to the right.
Okay.
I don't know if it was that drive or the next one, but I don't know. I don't know what to think. They just don't look. They don't always look just greatly prepared, and I don't think and Oregon's the better team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But again, like, where was Mullins?
I know. I'm looking at the stats right now. He only had 8 carries.
Yeah, and Edwards played pretty well.
And Edwards only had 10 carries.
Yeah. Which, again, yeah, I don't know. Again, I still haven't, I'm still waiting to see both of them on the field because they're your two best players. Get rid of a wide receiver and find a way to get your best 11 out there.
Yeah.
So, again, happy that we competed. Probably way closer than it probably should have been. So credit to, Warren played, I thought, his butt off. I thought Loveland was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think against that Oregon defense, they don't score that one late. It looks a little more respectable, but in all, they are the number one team. And we're getting a chance to play another undefeated team next week, right?
Yeah, Indiana, they've now cracked the top 10.
Yeah. So again, next, I think against Indiana, it'll be nice to see where we're really at, because they don't slow down at all. I mean, they just put it on MSU this week.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, and
oh,
so
did they
I
ever?
don't. I think they're out to just show everybody that they're better than everybody, and they're just going to bury people. So if we can find a way to compete in that one, you can live with that because you can't. I mean, we're just not where the top five teams are in the country where they can just replenish those players. So
Yeah. It. w-
Are
I,
they,
yeah.
are they at Indiana next week or is it home?
I think it's at Indiana.
Yeah, they State scored 10 to get up 10-0.
No,
And then it was
and
like,
then
oh.
and then it was quickly the
And
other
then it was like
direction.
40 unanswered.
Oh man, and just
Yeah.
a little bit of everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. At Indiana next week.
At Indiana.
Yep. At number 8 ranked Indiana. Who would have thought?
Wow.
I mean, granted, they were predicted to have a solid season, but I don't know if anyone predicted that they'd be at this juncture of the season ranked number 8 and undefeated.
It's a quick turnaround for them.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Trent, you're the Ohio State guy. Feel free if you want to give any thoughts on the Michigan-Oregon game, but then let's get your take on your Buckeyes.
I thought Michigan did hold their own for the most part. They got the turnover on the punt, which was a big one. I
Yeah.
thought they had a couple, there's a couple things that the Ohio State game, Oregon didn't have those mistakes at all that they kind of made against Michigan. And Michigan made them pay for it too, which was good on their part. But yeah, I don't know. Offensively, they got to try to figure something out because Loveland can't do everything. And I don't know. You got to have, I think Big Mo's right on it. You got to have both those running backs in the game at the same time. At least I would even try with Orgy and then both of them and run some option stuff or some
Yeah.
QB read stuff or just kind of like the Ravens offense currently, just kind of QB draw stuff. And I don't know, but it just seems like there's not a lot of fluid offense going on with Michigan. Ohio State wise, I thought they dominated the game. I mean, Will Howard fumbles out of the end zone, which should have been a touchdown, but he fumbled. But I thought they dominated. The interception was pretty wild
That, that was
off the
crazy.
guy's like face or whatever, and then he somehow caught it.
Yeah,
Um,
that was.
but yeah, for the most part, they controlled the game. I thought they looked pretty good. Will Howard was all right. He missed a couple that I thought there was one where the DB fell and he overthrew him out of bounds, and it would have been a walk-in touchdown. The one to Smith was just I don't know, it either got stuck in the lights or something because he held up and then tried to make a one-handed catch. But that would have been a big one as well. But yeah, I thought they played well. Offensive line looked good. DBs looked much better than they have in recent games. So I think they're trending in the right direction, especially after not a very good week against Nebraska.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
don't know. James Franklin can't seem to beat anyone worth a damn. So
Isn't
that's
that crazy? I
I
mean,
know. And he's like, it's hard to. That's where you fall in those weird situations in the Big Ten with coaching. It's like they win a ton of games, and then they always lose to either. Like I feel like the revolving door of Michigan, Penn State, and Ohio State,
yeah.
where those three teams either just beat each other or one team can't beat them, and then the coach's job is on the line for it.
Yeah. I
And I'm
mean,
sure there's people calling for his job because he can't beat Ohio State and they don't play Michigan. So I think that turns into a bit of an issue for him.
yeah, and as like Big Mo's mentioned several times, like, and we've talked about too, like, okay, you fire him, then what? I mean,
True.
you got
Yep.
a guy that's consistently winning 10 games a year, but yet, yeah, he can't seem to beat Ohio State or Michigan. Um, you know, does that mean he should be fired? I mean,
Right.
he's
Because it's similar to like Ryan Day as well. Like he hasn't beat Michigan in a while, so they feel like they should call for his job, but he still wins 10 games a year.
yeah,
So it's like a weird dynamic in college football, at least in the Big Ten, I feel like.
yeah,
The big SEC, it's like they kind of bank on either Georgia or Bama, and then hopefully you just don't lose to one of those like middle of the pack kind of teams. But overall, I thought they were pretty good this week.
Yeah. And then they finish up. They got Purdue this week, and then
Purdue, Indiana.
well, they got Northwestern, then Indiana, and then Michigan. So
Okay.
pretty. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that Indiana game goes. But other than that, pretty favorable
Yeah,
last
not
matchup.
bad. Got to be Indiana. Well, I wonder where that game is.
It is home.
At home
Yep.
at the shoe. So that'll be good. That'll be a big game, especially if both teams don't drop one. Because that would be the game to get in the Big Ten championship, right?
Well, the way it works is now there's no it's all one big division. So first place and second place um are the two teams that play in the Big Ten championship. So if Indiana were to lose, you'd have Indiana with one loss, Ohio State with one loss, Penn State if they went out one loss. Big Mo, I think your audio's out again.
Who would that?
What
So then
about
how would that
Iowa?
determine? Huh?
What about Iowa? Do they have?
Well, they lost. No, they lost to Michigan State.
Yeah.
So they're out, and they lost to Ohio State.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta imagine the tiebreaker, probably Ohio State beating Penn State, gives it to Ohio State, and if Ohio State beats Indiana,
Well, hey, we're forgetting about Oregon.
well, they're the number one team,
They're
probably, right?
yeah,
They
they're
don't
not,
play anybody. They don't play anybody left, right?
Yeah. So no, Trent, I guess then what you're saying is accurate then.
Yes.
Whoever wins that Indiana Ohio State game, assuming they win their other games, yeah, they would face Oregon. And
yeah,
again, assuming Oregon wins out.
yeah. They don't. Oregon doesn't play anybody. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, they play Maryland, Wisconsin, Washington.
Yeah.
So yeah, that if both teams win out still, that Indiana Ohio State game will be to get into the.
And then wouldn't it be something if Ohio State wins and then last game of the year, Michigan plays spoiler?
Oh yeah, how about that? They're not going to beat Ohio State then. Yeah, sorry.
We're trending in the right direction, Trent. We're
They're,
trending.
they're going to have to score at least 26.
That's tough for us to do.
Yeah,
You got to actually open up the playbook past the first 4 pages.
or 2 pages.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jeez.
All right. Anything else college football wise, guys?
Hey, did Alabama win?
Um,
I think Georgia should have lost.
Georgia was down early, right? Wasn't Bama down early too, or is Bama busting
yeah.
somebody?
Georgia ended up winning by 14.
Okay.
I don't think Bama played.
How about also Duke was up on Miami by like 10 or 12, 14, something like that. Miami ended up destroying them.
Yeah.
Uh, Tennessee
A&M,
hit a
A&M
little
lost.
scare.
A&M lost.
And Clemson lost to Louisville too. And Texas Tech beat Iowa State.
Yeah, so 10, 11, and 12 all lost.
And Houston beat Kansas State.
And 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so SMU beat Pittsburgh. So that was 18 versus 20. So Pittsburgh lost. So 18 lost, 17 lost, 12 and 11 lost, and 10 lost.
Big Mo, I don't think Alabama played, did they?
They did. They didn't. They play next week LSU, 14
Okay.
versus 11. So big
Okay.
showdown next week.
Oh, that'd be a good game.
That'll be a good game. Whoever loses that game, their coach, their fan base will be calling for their coach's job.
Yes, definitely.
All right, NFL. We just got done. We're recording this right after the Lions' big victory on the road at Lambeau Field. I got to be honest, I was pretty nervous going into that game, especially when you heard Jordan Love was going to be playing. Weather was not great, outdoor game, not ideal for Jared Goff in the Detroit Lions, but played well enough. A huge win on the road against the second place team in the North.
Huge win. And they dominated, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think the scoreboard reflects necessarily how the game actually went.
The red zone defense is good. Offense looks good. Goff was like, I mean, he's throwing like four less incompletions a game. So you can't
Yeah,
hate on him for that, which is great. And then the run game is awesome.
it's
So
so fun to watch.
I know. So that makes it a lot easier on Goff's end. If I mean the O line is very good.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just run behind those dudes, and you get what it's probably 6 yards a carry today. I would say, damn near. But yeah, the two-headed monster back there is pretty tough to compete with Monty and Gibbs.
Yeah, Montgomery averaged 4.3 yards per carry. Gibbs averaged 5.9.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Uh, and then Big Mo,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts on the branch hit, which ended up getting him ejected?
Well, I mean, if you just think it's a 15-yarder. I mean, I don't think that is, and if you're not at the game, I mean, how can you watch the film or the replay and say the intent was anything more than what it was? I mean, those guys are moving at full speed, trying to break up a play. I mean, it was an illegal hit, no doubt.
Yeah,
He'd have been flagged. I don't know if he could pull up on that. I mean, if you got, I can't imagine trying to be an NFL player and you got to try to pull up on all these different things. Whether it's in the in the DB world or even going to hit the quarterback. Like that's got to be so hard.
Yeah,
Because you are moving like you're full out trying to beat somebody else, and now you have to like change your gear and totally like probably put yourself in harm's way, not to injure somebody else, maybe. So,
no,
I poor call. So,
yeah, I think it's ridiculous, like you said, that you know, uh, people in New York and the office or whatever, the headquarters that are watching this stuff can chime in, not seeing the play live, and chime in and tell the refs, you know, he needs to be ejected. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
I agree. Especially because they watch it in slow mo like three times, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
he meant to take his head off. It's like I don't know. I think being a DB, like Big Mo said, is the hardest thing to do. Because
it
it's
is.
like, what happens when you pull up and then the guy catches it and runs for a touchdown because you didn't want to get called for a 15-yard penalty?
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I think the ejection's crazy. I think that's just too much. I think that's too far for that. Especially because I always thought you kind of got a couple chances. I thought you had two chances to, it wasn't like an automatic ejection. Especially because the play was about to start for the
Yeah,
next play and then they blew it dead and then they kick him out. It's like,
yeah.
well, I don't know.
So yeah, that I got pretty nervous then too because obviously you're already playing without Hutch,
Yeah.
and now you got your other best defensive player out. And I thought the defense ended up playing well. They only gave up one touchdown right there at the end.
Yeah. The red zone defense has been really good. They're not
Yeah,
allowing those extra pushes. I mean, at the end of the game, they got the rushing touchdown, but for the most part, pretty solid. How bad was that pick six by
oh,
uh,
oh,
Poor decision. Poor
that?
decision.
yeah,
That throw was awful. It's just like
terrible.
here, you take it, and
Yeah.
like no better timing too.
Um, and then speaking of defense, kind of some big news, possibly Lions trade with make a trade with the Browns.
For who?
Not Miles Garrett. Um, their other defensive stud, their other edge rusher guy. What the heck's his name?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's been in the NFC for a while. Smith?
Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Zadarius Smith to Lions is expected tonight or tomorrow. It was
Yeah.
published today at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. So right in the middle of the Browns game.
Huh. Sweet.
Um, So that'd be
Played,
sweet.
played for the Ravens, Packers, and Vikings. Hmm.
Yeah, it'll be
Uh-oh.
Your audio went out again. Can't hear you.
back on.
Yep, there you
Zoom.
are. Welcome
All right.
back.
I gotta unhook my phone maybe. Um, no, they're gonna make a trade for somebody. It'll be interesting to see if that's who it is, if they're or if they can pull a bigger trigger.
Um, and then next week, big game for the Lions next week. Sunday night football at the Texans. We kind of talked about CJ Stroud quite a bit in our preseason shows, wondering would he have the sophomore slump? And some are saying, guys, he's having the sophomore slump. What do you guys think?
Mm, I mean, they are 6-3. Diggs is done for the year, which sucks. But I don't know. I guess he's not playing as well.
Yeah, just lost to the Jets in a game in which he was 11 out of 30,
Yeah, that's not very
losing
good.
to the lowly Jets. But yeah, they are still 6-3. They are still in first place in their division.
I think the defense struggles, and I think the Lions are. I think it's going to be a shootout type game, but I think the Lions end up winning by probably 10-12.
The nice thing is it's indoors.
True. Yep. Either way, if it was home or away. Yeah, I don't think we're outside till Jacksonville.
We got the Bears coming up Thanksgiving. So the couple weeks we got the Bears, that'll be outdoors.
Oh yeah.
But and then I think that's it. The Jaguars, is that it for outdoor games?
Yeah, let me check real quick. I
I think it
think
is.
Bears. Oh, we're home against the Jaguars.
Okay. So it's just the Bears.
We're at the Texans, home against the Jags. So indoor Texans, indoor Jags, indoor at the Colts, outside, or actually inside for Bears. All right, yeah. So December 22nd is going to be our next outdoor game.
Okay, so oh duh.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving's always at home. What was I thinking?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's
Because then
true.
because the three other games in between there is that could be road games would be the Bears, at the Packers, or at the Bills in that order. So those like if those three were flipped, those would all be outdoor games.
But they're not.
But they're
And
yeah.
then if Lions get home field advantage, obviously home games throughout the playoffs and then Super Bowl indoors uh, as well. I believe it's
Where's the Super Bowl this year?
I think Super Bowl.
Oh, is it?
You guys are talking about the Super Bowl. Slow the roll, baby. Slow the roll here.
High hopes.
Very high hopes.
All right. Anything else here with the Lions?
Nope, they're great.
All right, so we are at the halfway point. We are at the halfway point, guys, of the season now. Let's talk a little bit. We just mentioned how good we think the Lions are. Halfway point, two questions. First of all, let's start with who are your top five teams right now at the halfway point? Trent, in reverse order, what do you got?
The 5 spot. Um, let's go with the Falcons at the 5,
Wow, okay.
and let's go with the Eagles at the 4. Then, hmm, the Bills, the Buffalo Bills at the 3, which
Yep.
I was very surprised on this year. And then give me the Chiefs at 2 and the Lions at 1.
All right.
I think that's my 5.
Here's, as you look at the standings and you're trying to, navigate maybe who you who you're liking for your top five. I mean, you got the Bills winning or with a nice lead in the AFC East. I think we all kind of either predicted the Bills or the Jets to win. Obviously, the Jets are terrible.
Yeah.
So not really a surprise. Oh, I mean, I think we maybe were leaning Jets for that, but not
Yeah.
a surprise that the Bills are in first place. Then you go to the AFC North, and you got the Pittsburgh Steelers
Hmm.
leading that division, which is pretty crazy. The Bengals are now they did get a nice win again today, still a game under 500. Um, AFC South, not really a surprise there. I think we are all were Houston Texans. The rest of that division pretty horrible. All over the Colts are 4-4, and now they got some Joe Flacco time coming up. Uh,
Yeah.
AFC West, not a surprise there. Kansas City winning. And then you go to the NFC East, another surprise. The Washington Commanders, first place at 7-2. Um, Dallas Cowboys lost again today. They are 3-5. Kind of a surprise there. I think we all were picking either Philly or Dallas to win. Philly kind of up and down this year, but they are at 6-2. And then NFC North, no surprise there with Detroit leading that one. Surprise team in the North though, Minnesota at 5-2. They're playing tonight, right? Colts playing, they're playing tonight, Sunday Night Football, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and then Trent, you mentioned the Falcons as your fifth team right now. Probably going into the season, that's you would have probably thought no way they'd be a top five team. They're leading their division. And then in the AFC West now, at the time of our recording, the Rams and the Seahawks were in overtime. Um, but
The Rams won.
Arizona, who won?
The Rams scored, so I'm guessing they won in OT there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arizona and the Rams then are tied for first in the NFC West. Another surprise. I think we all were pretty gung ho on the 49ers. So it's kind of some surprise division winners there. Big Mo, what do you got for your top five?
I got to go top down just because in my head. So Chiefs, Lions. Um, I'm probably going Chief Lions. So I'm gonna get my list here. I'm still probably sticking, even though depending on the Steelers do, if they play, they must play tonight or Monday night.
Or
Um,
Yeah,
um,
I'm still gonna say I think the Ravens are in there. They're just a better team. Bills and then the Eagles.
yeah, Steelers are on a bye. That's right.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So um, Chiefs, Lions. What did I say? Ravens,
Yep.
Bills, and the Eagles.
Well, we can move right along because I got the exact same top five as you.
Hey, nice. Great
let's
minds think
go.
alike.
Yeah, I know the Steelers are in first place, a half a game ahead of the Ravens, but after watching the Ravens play today, whoo, um, that six, they do have the three losses, which isn't good, but they're definitely trending upwards, and yeah, I had them in the three spot as well. So, all right, next halfway point. This time, Big Mo, we can start with you. MVP at the
Yeah, I'm
halfway juncture. Who do you got?
sticking with my man who I picked in our very first NFL MVP showdown, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh,
the doing it with his arm today. Didn't have. I think he only had like 4 or 5 yards rushing.
he did. Yeah, you're
Um,
right. Yep.
and yeah, I mean, he's top 15 rushing yards in the NFL, the top yardage quarterback. Um, and I think they're trying to figure out how to play with Derrick Henry, who's obviously doing I mean, over 1,000 yards for the season after today. So,
Already,
uh,
that's crazy, especially in this day and age.
yes,
Um,
yes.
no, then hey, we'll keep this quick too. I hate to say it. Um, I was leaning towards golf until I started kind of looking at some numbers. So I also picked Lamar today, 16 out of 19, 280 passes, three touchdowns, no picks. Now he's got 20 touchdowns on the season already, and just two picks. Over 500 yards rushing, two rushing touchdowns. Um, I think you said top. I got him at going into the game at seventh in passing yards, but
Oh,
he did throw up 280 today. So
okay. So maybe he jumped up there after today. How
yeah.
many yards did you have him for beforehand? Do you know?
I didn't. I don't know. I just had him. I just put down here in my notes seventh in passing.
All right. I mean, maybe it's after today's game. He's just under 2,400 yards passing.
Okay. Um, yeah, they haven't updated it yet on ESPN. So
All
yeah,
right.
it all depends on also on how the guys above him did. But yeah, I'm sure he's top five in passing yards. Trent, halfway through the season, who is your MVP?
I've been debating between either Josh Allen or Jared Goff.
Yep.
I don't think Goff throws enough to kind of slide into that MVP spot, so I'm going to go with Mr. Josh Allen, who
Yeah.
has only thrown one interception on the year.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm going to go with Josh Allen.
Yep. And that's the thing is I was kind of felt like, hey, here's my top five. I should pick somebody off one of those teams, and obviously the MVP, let's be honest, for the most part, we've talked about this in the past, year in and year out, it's 99% of the time a quarterback. So I looked at my top five and I said, well, who's having the best season at quarterback? And yeah, I got Chiefs at number one. They're undefeated, but Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he's been solid, but he hasn't put up MVP numbers. Um, and that's why, yeah, I went with Lamar Jackson. I think felt like of my top five teams and looking at their quarterbacks, he's having the best season. So that's why I went Lamar. So,
That's a fair choice.
anything else, guys? Um, NFL wise here, or anything else at all?
Nope.
Before you guys ready to get into the top three then for the week?
Let's
Sure.
do it.
All right, the top three is brought to you by Realtor Ryan.
Real Estate Ryan has been in real estate for over 20 years and can help you with all your real estate needs. Realtor Ryan has helped me in my journey in learning about real estate, and he can do the same for you, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just learn more about real estate in general. Ring Realtor Ryan.
All right, top three today. We are going top three all-time TV shows. The only stipulation is we're not including reality TV shows. That could be a top three for another day. So we're looking at sitcoms or dramas. Um, top three all-time TV shows. Trent, hit us with that wheel.
You got it. Big Mo.
And Big Mo, I think your audio's out. We couldn't hear you clapping there.
Oh, you get third.
All right, Big Mo wants the first pick.
Okay.
While he's fixing his audio, let's get back to that wheel.
Yeah.
And
Back to the wheel.
myself. So I'll take third. Kurt,
All right.
you're in the middle.
All right, I got second.
All right.
All right, there's Big Mo. All right, Big Mo, you got number one pick. What do you got?
Number one pick, huh?
Yep.
Well, all right. I'm going. We're live. We're ready.
We're ready. Let's hear it.
All right. Seinfeld.
Okay. I knew you
Nice.
could do that. Yeah. Classic show.
Easy.
Still
Easy.
watchable today, 26 years after it ended.
Yeah, true.
Still funny as all get out.
Yeah.
True.
I'm second. Hey, I'm gonna go Entourage. A show that was actually introduced to me by you, Big Mo, back in the before the kind of the streaming, it was on HBO, so you could watch it on HBO. I didn't have HBO, and I was unaware of the show until about four seasons in, and you let me borrow. You had all the seasons on DVD up to that point.
Ooh, look at that.
And I spent a weekend, and I think I went through the whole first four seasons on your DVDs. and then I was hooked. So I think that was a show that really started out a lot better than it ended. Started out, I think they refer to it as a comedy. I think you can make an argument that it started out as a comedy, but it was laid back, it was fun, and then as you kind
So
of
so
got,
I gotta say, I think like that's more of a like we're going TV shows or we going like series.
well, isn't every show a series or
I don't know. I just feel like TV shows,
okay?
like stuff that was on the TV. Not I had to go out and stream something.
Give us an
Well,
example that you have in your mind of.
it was on HBO. I mean,
Yeah. Just saying,
yeah.
Kurt. It seems a little suspicious.
Well, the only rule we had was no reality TV shows.
Okay. All right. All right. That
Um,
I think it's too broad, but okay, we'll go with it. Your
I do feel
your
like
show. It's your
I do
show, Kurt.
I do feel like towards the end it really got kind of more drama, more dark, less comedy, less late.
Entourage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When Vince got the drug habit and
Yeah.
yeah. All right, Trent, you got your you're gonna wrap up the first round and then you got first pick in the second round.
All right. I'm going to take for my first one, I'm going to take Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I had that on my
Ooh.
list. Good
So
one.
did I.
That's an
Not
all-time
my top three though, but
one of
So,
my
so
darn
all-time
good.
favorites.
Big Mo, you're okay with that, but you're not okay with Entourage. Is it just because Entourage was on HBO?
Yeah, so Breaking Bad was AMC or something like that, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Or
yeah.
yeah, that's like on the regular TV. Like I don't, you know,
All right.
that's all. That's all. That's all I'm going
Fair,
with.
fair enough. All right, back to Trent for the first pick of
And
the second round.
my second pick, I'm going to go with The Office.
Ah, man,
Man.
that was on my list too.
Two great
Uh,
ones.
yeah. All right. Oh, wow. So no Breaking Bad, no Office, no Seinfeld. Um, I'm gonna go one of my favorite TV shows to watch growing up in the 90s, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Ooh, ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Also, I still watchable today. I actually would after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I kind of got off the Will Smith train. I haven't really uh, definitely a show that I still would watch when it was on reruns.
It's awesome.
All right, Big Mo, you got your first pick for the second round, and then you're gonna get the first pick in the third
Sure, sure. I'm going true TV series, not these offshoot streaming
round.
Kurt series. Um, MacGyver.
Oh, oh,
If you
classic.
didn't tune in on like a Friday night to watch MacGyver or whatever night it was on, it was dude, that was like the greatest show ever.
Oh
Not
man,
really, but it was.
have you have you ever seen the movie? There, I think there's two of them. MacGruber. It was
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on an SNL skit. It's satire of MacGyver.
Never watched it because I've got too much respect for the real MacGyver.
Oh, it was
Now I won't do it.
hilarious. All right, Big Mo. Now you got your first pick in the third round.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna stick with my like a TV series. So this is growing up.
Yeah,
Knight Rider.
yeah, yeah.
Just
David
classics.
Hasselhoff.
Yep, just classics. Classics, baby.
All right. My last pick. Man, I got so many good ones on my list, which we can talk about here. Um, I'm gonna go Family Ties.
Ooh, wow.
Keaton Family,
Yeah,
starring Michael J. Fox.
yeah.
Great show.
Classic.
All right, Trent, wrap it up.
For my last one, let's go with Sons of Anarchy.
I never watched that one.
Big fan.
I've never watched it all the way through. I've watched little parts here and there.
I bet I would probably like it.
You
It's
probably
like
would.
the biker gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right
Uh,
up, right up Kurt's alley.
all
Biker gangs.
right. What are some other ones you guys had that we didn't make the cut?
How about Trent won't even know what this one is. Quantum Leap.
I remember the name. I feel like maybe that was a show my parents really got into. I don't remember watching that.
Kurt, come on now.
Who was in that one? Or what was
I
the
could.
premise?
This guy was like jumping around from like time to time and like would become somebody else
Oh,
and then like solve the problem,
okay.
solve the issue they had. So I can't think of the guy's name, but
Okay. Um, what else we got? I got ER. That was a good one. Um,
how
you
about
know,
look, who's the
kind of
boss? Who's the
who's the
boss?
boss? I forgot about that one. That was a good one. I was for my last one, the other one I was contemplating between Family Ties and then Growing Pains.
Oh, Growing Pains is
Mm.
good.
That was a good one. And I hate
Yeah.
to say it because of what we've learned about him over the years, but the Cosby Show was a great show as well.
Oh, Kurt's trying to get canceled up in here.
It was a good show though, without the controversy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Quantum Leap Kurt Scott Bakula.
okay.
I don't know if you know the name, but
No.
um,
Um, Speaking of Scots, how about Scott Baio, Charles in Charge?
oh, love
I
that.
think he was in Taxi. That was before my time. But definitely Charles in Charge. That was a good one.
Which
I
one
had
was that?
Game
Was
I had
that
Game of Thrones as well.
Oh,
that's a
Big Mo won't like that because it was on HBO.
no, no, that could have been a whole different category because you could throw in like I mean, so I don't. This is another one that's. How about Suits?
That's a good one as well.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, it
But again,
is.
I think that's more of the streaming. Like it's not a true TV series.
That's true. We probably could do a another one, top three series off of like HBO, Showtime. Oh, honestly, if we yeah, I completely forgot. My second favorite would be Power from Star off of Stars.
Oh, yeah,
Power, unreal.
yeah, it's a good one too.
I would have been number two for me if I would have thought of it. But yeah, we could probably do a whole nother one of these based on the premium channels.
Yeah.
True.
The premium channels slash streaming services. So you got your Showtime, Stars, HBO, Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah.
You could probably do a whole top three of those shows too.
Have you ever seen Weeds?
You know what? I watched I tried to get into that. It really never struck a good chord with me.
Okay.
Um,
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
It's
I
good.
never watched that. And the
You never
problem
watched it?
No, and the problem is I'd love to go back and watch it, but because of the huge controversy with how it ended, already knowing the ending, I don't know if I want to go back and watch it.
Oh, Kurt. Wow.
Another one off H. Well, we should save these. Maybe we'll do this another time. I was going to say another HBO one.
Save them, Kurt. Save them.
Yeah, let's save them. I got another kind of more kids that I liked when I was a real young kid show too on here. Fraggle Rock. Used to watch that every morning before school in elementary school. A couple cartoons for you. Inspector Gadget,
Oh
He-Man,
yeah.
Garfield, and the Smurfs.
Oh, oh. Kurt, we should just have the best cartoon shows we've watched. Now,
Yeah, we can do a
I
top
don't
True,
know
we
if
could
Trent
do
really
cartoons.
did you grow up watching like Saturday morning was like, hey, you gotta get up, get your cereal in. Well,
Yeah.
my mom's got I'm watching my Saturday morning cartoons, man.
It was different cartoons, but there still was some like Tom and Jerry,
Oh, that's a great one.
but it was more of like Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents and
Yeah. Yeah.
those types.
Yeah, we probably had. I mean, like Kurt said. I mean, I can always remember like
Like
the
the road.
Marvel Universe one.
Mm.
And then you had
Super Friends was
Super
what it was. I
Friends.
think.
Yeah.
Because it was more of like the Road Runner and then like
Yeah, that was
those
Looney Tunes.
yeah, the Looney Tunes days.
Yeah. Yeah. And then speaking of Saturday mornings, it was not a cartoon. This is the last one I got for you guys. It was on Saturday mornings, but I think it became way more popular. Cult classic used to be on probably two back-to-back episodes every day after school. Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
Um,
Screech, right? Screech.
Reach, rest in peace.
I know. There was that weird story, but I was at work one day. I don't know when he died, but probably 2018, 2017, maybe
Yes, definitely within the last 10 years.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just at work, and then I was like, I haven't heard about it in a while, and it was Screech. And then I looked him up, and then he died like 2 hours later.
That's
No
crazy.
way.
Yeah, just weird. Just a weird, like, I haven't heard of Screech. I wonder what he's doing. And then sure enough,
Wow.
2021.
21.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, wow, that was more recent than I thought.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I really had on my list. Any other ones from you guys?
No.
All
No.
right. So this top three was requested by a fan, by the way.
Oh,
Um, if you have any top threes you'd like us to do, email us at attacktherack3333@gmail.com. Give us a topic, we'll do it. And while I'm mentioning that, if you haven't subscribed yet to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel, please take a half a second to do so. And also like this podcast video. Leave us a comment. Let us know your top three TV shows of all time. Let us know who you've got for your NFL MVP at the halfway point and maybe who you think the Super Bowl favorite is or top five teams. Anything else, guys? Are we good to go?
Good to go, I think.
good
All
to
right.
go. Hey, one of the top TV shows, Simpsons. It's on right now. I'm watching it.
And then that makes me think of right away of Family Guy too.
Yeah.
Classic. All right, everybody. We will see you on the next one.